Hey guys, Flabaliki today and welcome back to Software Inc. You may also notice that I've made the UI looks a lot bigger. The reason I did this is because, you know, on YouTube, sometimes the screen is small and sometimes you can't read the UI because it's really small. And I personally find that annoying, some videos where I'm like watching it and the UI is tiny and you're watching at a lower resolution. So hopefully this helps out a little bit. I don't know, but I made it a little bit bigger. Kind of annoying for me though because everything's massive now, but hey, you know, it's all about the viewability. Now, the hiring window should be fixed. Let's see. I don't even remember what I was doing last time I played this, unfortunately. I can't remember who I was hiring or who I wanted to hire. Manage teams. Let's see. So we have 10. Yeah, I need to hire a few more. Who did I want to hire for this team? We need a few more people on the core team. We do have a coverage of almost everything, though, so that's pretty good. Now, what are we working on? Flapple Play, the game engine. System is lacking a little bit. 2D is also lacking. So maybe we'll get a 2D designer and another system designer. No, we'll get a system coder because our system coding is not very good. Let's get another 2D designer. So this should actually work again now. Begin looking. Yeah, there you go. Hiring window works. Now the reason, well, I don't know the reason why it broke, but the way you fix it, by the way, I'll show you in a second. Actually, I can't do it right now, unfortunately, because I'm hiring someone. But it's pretty simple fix. So I'll show you in a second. Interview, very good, actually. 32, good compatibility, pretty good at designing, so you're in. There you go. Now, yeah, if you get that problem, it's in options, and then you go to gameplay, and you go window preferences, and click reset. Then it works when you open it up again, which is good. But that bug is actually fixed in the next update for this game, whenever that comes out, so that's also good to know. Now, I wanted to get a designer for system. No, programmer for system is what I wanted. Programmer for system on the core team. Order by skill, and let's get someone fairly young. Everyone's damn old. Little bit younger. 29, that's not too bad. Bad compatibility though. Now, oh, there you go, great. You know, the skill's not that good, but you're in. So we can get one more person for the core team, I believe. You've got 12 people, and that hasn't even been updated, but that might be because they're not here yet. Maybe an audio artist or 2D artist. Let's get a 3D artist, because that'll be more future-proof. I mean, to be fair, though, we can do 2D stuff at any point in the game, but, you know, 3D is also important, so let's get that. Right, let's go for Mr. 30. Are you any good? No, you're very bad. Very bad. We want someone that is 39. You're in your 30s. 30s or younger is my criterion. Criterion games. Normal, not too bad, but good. There you go. Your skill's not that great, but you know, I mean, I say you're not that great, but it is actually pretty good. So anyways, you're in. Welcome. Okay, so we have 13 people on the team now. They're all on vacation, of course. We have the person on marketing that's having some education. I'm in my little office having a good time. 10 employees on vacation. And yeah, let's just continue things along. Now, what we're going to do eventually... Oh, actually, something else I wanted to do. Manage staff. People, well, someone in the comments said that IT can't get to the computers unless there's no staff in, or like staff on the computer, so we should get them to come after the staff go home, or before. So what time do they actually come in? I think we come in at 8 a.m. Do I want to go, no, 4 a.m., that's a bit harsh. Let's do the other end of the spectrum. Let's go 7 p.m. So they come in after work. The only problem is then we have to stick around until they're, you know, they're done. Now, maintenance can also be then. I'm wondering if we should get someone else, because if we're getting someone coming in at that period of time, I'm wondering maybe we should get cleaning in at that time too. Let's hire cleaning for 7 p.m. as well, just so we have a few things happening at that time. There we go. All right, so that marketing is done for the day. You're having a little snooze. Also marketing on that. Why is that on core team? Because I think we needed it on core team at that point, but it'll be on marketing now. There you go. Much quicker for you to do that. I'm doing nothing. I'm off home. Is that my IT person? Probably doing nothing. Yep. Because, I mean, there was nobody in today, so there's nothing to work on. All right, so they'll go home, and then we'll skip forward to tomorrow. There we go. Accept all and close to the new employees. Welcome back, everybody. What are we... Yeah, we're working on the gameplay engine, so they're all doing their stuff. Having a meeting. There you go. The meeting room is now full, although someone is not in the meeting. Oh, no, that's right. We had one extra chair. That's right. We had one extra chair. Oh, yeah, cool. So our marketing person is back. I sent you on all those courses. Were you my leader, or is it the other person? Yeah, you are. So you should be pretty damn good. How do I view your stats? Employee details. Marketer, fantastic. Lead is fantastic too. And I think... Did I send you on... I know I did you on the leadership course, I think, or did I do the HR course with you? Let's have a look. So at least, you know, the lead of the team should now at least be fairly skilled. Let's have a look. Let's go skill. So my lead, marketing skill 100%, lead skill 100%. Beautiful. So you are pretty good. Your other skills are awful, but that doesn't really matter. Marketing, I wonder if artistry helps with marketing, because, you know, like you'd have to come up with beautiful graphics and that to market stuff. I wonder if that makes it any better. I have no idea. But what I would like to do is probably send you on another course anyway. Oh, I already did HR management. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to worry about that. Project management? No. Okay, well, then we're fine. I don't need to do anything with you. I might send... Do you have... Yeah, no, I already educated you on marketing, didn't I, as well? So I think we're fine. They're doing nothing now. They're just kind of waiting for everyone else to catch up. Wow, that is a slow design process for the game engine. System is absolutely lagging behind. What we may do then, because at this point in time, we're not going to be making any money. Well, I mean, we're still up. Sorry, I moved away from the mic a little bit. We're still out making a little bit of money, but I think we're going to jump into build mode and we're going to actually clone some rooms here. We're going to move up. We're not going to move across the road anymore. I don't want to do that. I've decided I can't be bothered to do that. And also, it's not as cool, so that can go away. We can go over there at some point, but a lot more people voted for building up rather than across, so we're going to do that. We're going to go to build mode. We're going to clone that room. Yep. I know I'm cloning a large amount of... Oh, jeez. Now, the upstairs is not going to be exactly the same, but I figured we could either spend another 40 minutes placing every goddamn item again, or just clone the downstairs, and then we can adjust it for our needs. Because obviously upstairs, we're not going to need that. But some of the rooms that are fairly standard, we can just like copy these. It's just going to be a lot easier, really, to copy some of these clones. So then, I don't know if we probably won't need this room up there. So, like I said, some of the, like, I don't think we're going to need a marketing room upstairs, or we won't need the reception upstairs. So, there's going to be some different things, but it saves a hell of a lot of time. I don't know why I did that. There's a hell of a lot of time in terms of building most of this stuff that we can just clone it. So, let's go ahead and do that. It's way easier. So, we're going to clone this. Now, I actually don't want those elevators there because that was for the core team. And this is not going to be the core team up here. So, let's get rid of those. They are not going to be coming up the elevators from there. So we got that. I mean, we'll get... No, I won't. I was going to say I was going to clone that room anyway, but I won't. I'll just build a new room here. Oops. So that will go there. Then I'll clone the hallway because I can't be bothered to rebuild that. It'll be easier to just clone it. There you go. Cloning is the way to go. Also means I don't have to replace all the windows, which is really, really nice. So that just, you know, it just saves a crap ton of time. We will clone that hallway there, though, I think. Because that will probably go there anyway. We'll probably still have a lounge over here. We might even change up the layout completely. But for now, we'll just get all this. And then the sort of team lead office that we're going to have up there, that will also be the same. Because it just makes it much easier. I don't know what we're going to do in terms of this space, though. This is kind of, you know, empty space. And so is that at this point in time. But what we could do... I think we'll go for, we'll have 2 lounges in this one. I think we'll have a lounge there and maybe one here is what we'll do instead. Now, are those... Oh, I was hoping they were close enough in size that I could just do that. Okay, no, I don't want to clone that. So let's just go in here. Let's go into our light. We're going to have to change the color of all these rooms as well. Because like I said, I enjoy color coding my rooms. That's for sure. So lighting, let's get these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be a lounge for this team somewhere. Now, let's pick a color for whatever this team is going to be. We're going to go around and select all of the rooms that are colored. And that one, and all these bathrooms. Okay, so we're going to go color. Interior is going to be not green because that's the color of the building. Maybe like a beautiful lilac-y kind of color. Oh, isn't that nice? Look at that. It's a lilac team. Good. Almost the same as downstairs. In fact, it's literally identical. Now, as for the elevators, we'll put them in the hallway somewhere. Probably over here in the reception, actually, might be a good... Oh, but the problem is we've got the car park out the back. Maybe we'll turn that plot of land over there into a car park. So what we'll do, actually, we're going to expand the hallway all the way down. And then this will be a room of something. Those 3 there can be bathrooms for sure, so I'll just clone these because that'll be easy. Oh, hang on. Let me get rid of that first. I shouldn't have done it that way. I should have done it this way. So that'll be a bathroom. Oh, I don't know why I went back down, because I can just keep doing this. There you go. I don't know why I press escape to get out of it. You just got to right click. So there you go. Those are not the same style though, which is unfortunate. So what I'll do, select those, uniform, beautiful. Now, this room here will be something. I guess I might as well actually just expand it into that hallway, because the hallway doesn't need to go all the way down. There's no point in that. So we'll just go like this. Like so. And we'll continue the window. Oopsie daisies. That's a big window looking into the bathroom. Sorry about that, guys. This window will go all the way along there. And then we'll just mirror what we have down the bottom. So we get the same sort of uniform look going up the building. Now, don't know what this is going to be yet. Feel free, if I don't think of anything, feel free to suggest an idea for that room in the comments down below. But until then, I'll just leave it empty. Okay. So we've got all this space up here. Oh yeah, no, I did want to do elevators there though, didn't I? We'll chuck them... maybe if we go elevators... not a really good spot for them. Maybe if I move this table... hang on, move this table over there. Rotate that around. Then we move the fridge, the snack fridge... over there. It won't stay there, don't worry. I'm just moving this stuff over. Nope, don't super cool the room. That's really unnecessary. Move that to there. Then we move the fridge to here. Then we put the elevators in this spot. That'll work. We'll probably just go... well, we're going to have elevators at this end. Because some people will catch the bus, so then they can use that. But we definitely need elevators at this end of the building as well. So why don't we just chuck them there? It seems weird that they're kind of just in the middle of the hallway, but there's not much you can do with elevators, which is the problem. That's not really an easy way to, whoops, do it neatly, which is unfortunate. How do I can't move it. All right, well, that's stupid. Can't move an elevator, apparently. Now, elevators going downstairs to the server room are actually... through their office, which is interesting. That I don't know why I did it that way. I don't recall why I did it that way, but apparently I did. Right, so this is going to be a lounge, isn't it? So we're going to go... can I just clone that item or something? No. All right, fine. I'll pick it out again then. Pick it out again. Is this going to be the color I set on that one? It is. Perfect. I'll go there. All the way around. Now, if the elevators didn't have bloody great beams of light, that'd be nice. So I didn't see them going everywhere. So we're going to go coffee machine on either side of the room. Fridge and fridge. Where is the coffee machine? There it is. Whoopsie daisies. Place an extra fridge. Fantastic. Off you go. Now let's go for that's painting on the wall over there. This room is like exactly mirrored. I don't know why I'm doing it this way, but apparently I am. Give it heating and cooling as well. There you go. There you go. I wish it was like rugs or something. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be very nice, actually. Then we can go for that in the corner, that in that corner. I get a little one of those over there, one of the clocks on that wall. Now, what's the 115% of beauty in that room? So that's good. It's probably better than the one over here, I would imagine, because there's no... I don't know why. Why don't I do like many decorations in this place? It's really, really depressing, actually. And this lilac color is also really, really bad. It's really bad, but we're keeping it. There you go. That should make the room nicer. 114%. That'll do. So this will make sure to... hang on, let's turn on room labels. Now, yeah, it's assigned to none. Good. All right, let's make a new team. So maybe this will be our operating system team. Oh, actually what we'll do, because what we can do is create separate... We'll probably rip out some of these things when we really get going into it. Let's jump out of build mode quickly. And what we're going to do, so we're going to go... so what can I actually set these as? Limit room usage. So you can have separate programmers rooms, designers rooms, and artist rooms. So why don't we try and do that? Have programmers, designers, and artists, and actually assign them to those specific jobs, because I think that might actually benefit an operating system. Normally I don't do that, and I let anyone do any job, but that might be interesting. How would that work though? Because that means that the designers, when it moves on to the next phase, because we're in the designing phase now, would they be doing anything? I mean, we'll find out, I guess. So why don't we do that? Let's figure out how many people we need to make an operating system. Yeah, original IP. Let's Dorit OS. do it as 2 words, just so it's a little bit more subtle for copyright reasons. That will not be on any server. It doesn't really matter at the moment. We're just going to select what we need and what we can actually do. QA. So it recommends we have 22 people, and it gives us a pie chart estimating how many people of each that we will need. All right, so from this point forward, I'm going to roughly calculate or estimate how many people in each field that we need, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've estimated, like, based on the size of, like, this little pie chart here, how many people we need in each category. Then I've assigned, like, I've done this in Excel, so I've got, like, a spreadsheet of who I need to hire. Because honestly, it gets really confusing and really hard to keep track of who you've hired, who you need, and who you don't. So I've created a little, you know, a little spreadsheet that we can actually fine-tune that. And we can figure out how many people are in each sort of category. So for 2D, for example, it looks like so it says recommended size 22, so I've gone for exactly 22 people. And based on the size of the 2D sort of little slice there, and, you know, just, you know, roughly estimating and rounding it off, roughly about 4 people should be assigned to that. And then same with the 3D as well. I did roughly 4 people to that. And then within those 4 people, I've actually sort of split it up a little bit. Actually, 3D I did 5 because I had an extra person left over, so that's good. So, essentially what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go through and hire everyone. I'm going to hire 22 people, a brand new team, and that will take a while. So again, I will see you just after I've done that, making sure to keep track of who I've hired in what category with my little beautiful spreadsheet. So you get excited. Yeah, this is where spreadsheets come in handy in the real life, kids. All right, so I've hired everybody on the operating system team, and I've assigned them to either be a designer, programmer, artist, or the lead. I've also already set them up to go on 2-month education, every single one in whatever speciality I hired them in. So if we go down the list, we have 2 2D designers. I've sent them off for, yeah, their relevant education. That's actually, oh no, I did it the wrong way around. Yeah, that's right, because I remembered I hired these wrong. Well, anyways, I messed up the first 4, so apologies about that. Then, anyways, after the 2D and 3D guys, we have 3 system dudes right here. They're all pretty good. Moving down, we have, what do we have after that? Network, 2 network guys. Then we have 1 audio designer. Then we move to the programming. We have 1 2D programmer, 2 3D programmers, sorry. Then we have 3 system programmers right there, 2 network guys, and we have 1 audio dude. Then we have 1 2D artist, 1 3D artist, and 1 audio artist, and then the lead, which is good at, he's good at nothing, but he's going to be a good leader. So that's actually 23, including the lead. I didn't count the lead as being someone of note, just because they're not. The compatibility is all right. I did my best. It's not as good as the other teams, but 127% is still better than, you know, sub 100%. So there you go. Anyways, we need to now organize the building into a fashion that will actually house everybody. On each of the teams, we have, actually, you know what? Let me use my little spreadsheet here. This will be easier. Let me go equals sum parenthesis. There we go. Let me slow down a little bit. So we have 10 designers. Okay, sum equals parenthesis. That selection. We have, 9 programming dudes and 3 artists and 1 lead. So those are the rooms we need to organize. Now, I think if we split this in 2, that'd probably be the best way to go. Then we can chuck, I was gonna say we can chuck artists in one of these rooms. Maybe we might need to move the meeting room, because we need a fairly large meeting room for everyone. So I might actually go there. We're gonna do a little bit of refurbishing here. So I may actually just delete this room entirely. And just put a blank one in its place. This will be one of the teams, probably, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, this is going to split in 2, or in twain, if you prefer. So that will go there. So then one of them needs 10 people. The other one needs less than 10. So how do I want to expand this? Probably put... I don't want to... We might... could we have 2 rows of 2? A row of 2 there. We could have a row of 2 there. That would work. But it'll get a little bit cramped in the middle. All right, well, we might do that. We pretty much just need to clean out the room at this point. So I'm not going to bother trying to move the desks, because that's just going to get really, really messy. Yeah, usually trying to move stuff around without just replacing it is pretty difficult. So let's just do it this way. Can you get rid of those? So this room is going to be for those guys. So we're going to have to... So it's going to go there and there. Yeah, it gets a little bit messy there. Maybe we won't do it that way. Maybe we'll go... this is difficult. Maybe we should have kept what we had. So get rid of that. But we'll extend it up to the wall, maybe? Like this. So it'll just come down like this. Only problem is now they have to walk sort of around to get to their desk. But, you know, screw them. That's just the way it goes. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's only going to get 8 guys in here, though. So we'll stagger them. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we get that up to 9, we can make this the programming room, sorry. I just want them to have plenty of room, you know. I want them to be spaced out a little bit. Maybe we go... This is supposed to be the bigger room, though, so we really need to get 10 people in here. We could go like that, maybe. But I don't want a big chunky thing going in the middle. Okay, I think I just need to redo this entire room, really. I wish there was an undo feature, but I'm just going to do it this way. Just going to get rid of the room, just rebuild it. It's going to be the easiest way to clean out the furniture. Otherwise, I'm going to have to spend ages selecting everything. So it'll be just easier just to start from scratch. And that's exactly what we're doing. Right, so that'll go there. That should look the same. Beautiful. Then we're going to go like this, unify the style. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and start with a new layout because obviously the one we had was not going to work. We will put them against the wall because that'll give us more room to work with. We can definitely fit everyone around like this. Now, there may be a big light beam there, but that actually means nothing, so we don't need to worry about that. Now, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we can go... I like how this is still only 8 people, but that's fine, because then we can get another desk that goes in the middle here. 1, 2, 3. We'll go like this. That'll be fine. And then we'll sort of stagger the chairs again. So now how many do we have? Because I think we have a little bit more here. We need 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can actually get rid of 2. I might get rid of this one on the end. I didn't really like that one anyway. Let's get rid of that. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This actually goes up to 11 in this room. Well, maybe we'll just cut off this end bit here. Get rid of... Oh, not get rid of the room. Get rid of that bit. Like that. And then that will allow us to do a couple of tables there, I think. And the reason I'm doing regular tables is just, you know, first of all, give it a little bit of a break-up look. That's like the little coffee station. Actually, we'll rotate them like that. So there's one for that side and one for this side. So all these guys go there, and then maybe these guys from there can go to that one. Or they can go into the break room, which is over there. Okay, so that gets all the people in there. Obviously, we need to get heating and cooling, and we need to get a way for the... Actually, we might keep these rooms separate. I was going to say we're going to put a door in there, but if we sort of separate these up, that means all these guys will use that lounge, and all these guys will use that lounge, which will actually work quite well to sort of segregate them, segregate the community. They can use those bathrooms, these guys use those bathrooms. Yes, segregation at its finest. Now, let's get heating and cooling in here, because otherwise they are going to get really cold or really hot. So, we might do it on this wall over here. We'll go with 4, like that. I was only going to do 3, but there you go. That'll work. We also need to get lighting in here in a minute, but we'll do that just in a second. So, we're going to go... Didn't mean to put one there. That's annoying, actually. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, and 6. That should be enough. 6 lights. I actually don't know. I mean, we'll find out. But we can go a little desk light. And that will definitely be bright enough. And then we'll get up all the little decorations. So make sure the room is selected. 103%. It's still a very nice looking room, apparently, according to the game. But we'll make it even nicer by putting some little decorations around the place. Yeah, but yeah, giving it real character. Apparently. Put some shrubbery there. We'll get one in this corner as well. We'll get a little picture on the wall of all your loved ones, of course. How about a clock up there for productivity? That is not a clock. Okay. I wanted it to be a clock. There you go. Get one over there. And then eventually we can put like a big TV on that one. We've got a big blank wall over there, so we can do stuff with that, I guess. Right. That should be a nice looking room. 108%. It's got everything we need in it. Let's assign this now before we forget. Actually, let's assign the whole section of the building here. Every single thing here. And that one. Some of these rooms may change, so we may actually need to redo this soon. Oops, I selected a toilet, I think, there. like this. All of these, that will also probably be part of it. We'll probably turn that into a meeting room, like I said earlier. This is going to go, what am I doing? Switching team. It's going to be all assigned to the OS team. Let's turn on the room labels. So then this room here, and we might as well assign the lounge to them as well, actually. All of these, actually no, we won't do that. We'll forget about that. But we're going to go limit room usage. This is going to be, what is this, our design team. The OS designers. This will be our programmers. And then our artists will probably go, I think I really need to redesign some of this because we need a bigger meeting room. So I may actually delete some of these rooms over here and redo some of this. I think I'll actually get rid of all these hallways so we can get a better layout that will actually work a little bit better for our needs. Because, yeah, like I said, we need a fairly big meeting room. So let's get in the meeting room because we need 23 seats, or to be able to seat 23. How big would the table have to be for that? So if we have 2 chairs on either side, it needed to at least be 11 tall. Because then we get 22 and then we have 23 on the top, 24 on the bottom. So if we make the room 11, that's pretty long table though, isn't it? That'd be massive. We can make it wider. The table wider, that is. But I don't know how much that's going to help us out. Now, let's just divide this room to back there, just so I can get it out of the way. Now, let's see how big 11 would be. Does this show me the size? It does. That's 12. So the table would have to be that long. It's fairly big, but that might be okay. So if we make it 13. Make it to there. Like that essentially could be our meeting room. And that would work. Problem being, actually we'll make it 1 wider. No, I won't because, yeah, no, the problem being there is we got the bloody lift in the way. Why don't we move? Okay, so let's go get rid of that. I'll put it here. So 13 is there. So yeah, then it doesn't hit the lifts. We can have that as the meeting room. And then we can actually have the lifts come up into a hallway that goes along there. And then this hallway can continue down that way. Or not. Sorry, I've got to do it this way. Like that. Actually, what I'll do, I'll also do that. Then the hallway can go up to there. And then along to that room there as well. Then we do have a little bit of dead space, but we do need bathrooms. We haven't got any bathrooms up here. So we'll get those in. We'll make this programmer's room a little bit bigger just so it, uses the space a little bit nicer, just so I can fit in a bunch of bathrooms. So I'll build 1 bathroom because I don't think you can rotate. Now, it's going to be kind of weird because it comes straight off of their room, but I guess that's convenient for them. They don't have to go into the hallway to get to the bathroom. So they can shut up and stop complaining. Needs is going to go there. And let me just copy that, the styling of it, that is. Into there, we're going to go lighting, 1 there. We can go temperature. How have I laid these out? Had them opposite the toilet onto that wall. I'm going to make it also look very nice so you have a good time while you're pooping. You want to poop in style, so get that up there. Maybe get a little pot plant in the corner while you're taking a dump. Oh, whoops, clicked out of the window. Sorry about that. There you go. So that'll be good. I mean, the other ones had a clock, so you don't spend too much time in there. Why don't we get a clock in there too? Just so they know how much time they're spending in the bathroom. Good. All right, so let's go clone the room. They probably need less. Like, those guys only have 3 bathrooms. These guys have 4, so they're actually pretty lucky. It just means we have this weird space in here. I don't know what the hell that is going to be. Definitely become an... I guess we can just make it into a... why don't we divide that? And then divide this. Then divide into there. And then divide into there. So it'd just be kind of like a little reception, kind of like just a larger hallway space. And then this room here also, well, this will also be a room. Don't know what it will be. It'll be something. I don't know. But let's go ahead and unify the style into these rooms. Like so. Good. All right, let's go ahead and get all the windows in. I like how I didn't really want to spend all this time building in this episode, but we have. But like I said, we most likely had to rejig the look of the upstairs anyways to suit the new team. That's exactly what we've done. So we're going to have doorway there and there. One there. I guess we can't do 2 doors because that needs to be an elevator. For those 2 spots. And then we're going to go meeting room door on that side. And then we're going to get a couple over there. That's actually doors. I meant those to be windows. That's my bad. That should also be a window. Yeah, I don't know what that room's going to be. So this is our meeting room. What I'll do, we'll go switch team. Oops. Oh, actually, no, I will select the bathroom as well because that does need to be team set on that. This whole level is pretty much just going to be the OS team, really. Switch team, OS. There we go. So all of these are now the OS team. Beautiful. So that's our programmers. We have that weird little space there. I guess this should just be a larger bathroom. There you go. A little bit of extra space on that one. Why not? Now, this will be our limit room usage lounge. Limit room usage leaders office. Limit room usage leaders. Anyone can go in the hallway though. Programmers, designers. Oh yeah, no artists. We don't have an artist room. So that will be our artists over there. They got a giant office. There's only 3 of them, so they better enjoy it. They better damn enjoy that. They do need bathrooms though, so I do need to make the room a little bit smaller. There's nowhere to put it though without... Unless we shove it... No, we can't do that though, can we? They either have to have loads of bathrooms or we need to... lounge. I see. So you're like, what I'm thinking, so the problem here is I need another bathroom. I guess I can put it there, and if I just readjust the, yeah, let's do that. Let's go clone that one. Oh, I can't do that. Let's divide that in twain. And let's remove those 2, because that's going to be a bathroom, so we don't want that on it. I'm going to move the little coffee thing. No, that's going to stay on there, but we're going to move the coffee table there. Move the pot, rotate it there. Move the bookcase back a little bit. The door is going to go there. So it's just a small little hallway section there. And this will be the bathroom for these guys, which will be good. Unify the style on that one. And that allows them to still have a fairly big, actually, like they have a pretty damn big office for what it is, for just 3 artists. So they, you know, they drew the long straw for sure. So I get a nice little picture above you. Then we did a clock over here. Then of course we get the temperature for you guys. We still haven't adjusted the this room in there. We need to make sure we can fit everyone in it. Anyway, so this is going to be limit room usage, the artist's room, and we'll get to that in a minute. It's taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Now, we need, so with programmers, we need 9. So we've got 6 at the moment. Again, we're probably just going to rip everything out of here and just change the way it is laid out entirely, because it worked. This layout worked for downstairs, not so much for up here, which is unfortunate because it means we've had to spend... Oh, I just deselected everything! Damn unintuitive controls. What if I just remove the tables? Will I get rid of everything? Oh, I did. Beautiful. That was easier. Let's get rid of those 2. Yep. Okay. Now, let's go into tables. Now, we'll probably... I was going to say we'll probably do something similar, but we actually might not. If I go along this wall here, then I want to get rid of that thing there. That's going to have to move to somewhere else. I mean, we've got plenty of wall space for it, so it's not to worry. But no, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Move over there. So how much is this going to accommodate? So we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. How many do we need? 9. So this will actually work out perfectly. Like that. So that gets all 9 people in there. We have a bunch of room at the back, so we can do like, I don't know, a sofa or a coffee machine there as well. But then they do have their own lounge anyway, so shouldn't really be worrying about that. Now, where are the lights in this room? They're not in the way, are they? There's 2 there and 2 there. That should be fine, but I might actually just replace them. Off you go, lighting! Okay, lighting. This is going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's in a weird spot. Doesn't line up with the others. I think they can get it while it's above a chair. I'm not actually sure. I mean, we'll find out. Okay, so presumably there's not enough heating and cooling in the room, so let's go ahead and deal with that. Let's get another one over here. That should probably take care of it. There you go. Right, at the back of the room, we have, again, a bunch of blank space like they do as well. What we may do They don't have any bookcases, so there you go, a couple of bookcases, and maybe you can just have like a little sofa there. I don't want to turn this into a lounge area, but we'll just get that in there. And we'll go for some decorations. Another plant, another picture. That's another plant. I want another picture on the wall. There we go. So the office, 105%. That one's 108, it's a little bit better. Cool. All right, so now we have enough room for the programmers, enough room for the designers. They both have a lounge at either end of the building. Then we need to do the artist's room. Trust me, we're almost done, I promise. And then they'll have their door to the office there with a couple of windows into the inner hallway. Yeah, so then that's kind of like a hallway. That's the meeting room. Okay, so the artists, there's only 3 of them, so we don't need to worry too much about them. What am I doing? Office is what I want. So I'm going to go... They're going to each have their own little desk space then, maybe. There we go, 1, 2, 3, like that. Yeah, I can't fit 3 of those in. I was going to give them like super luxurious desks, but it's not really going to work, so let's not do that. Ah! Hate when it deselects something. It's really annoying. There we go. Yep, get rid of that. Okay, let's just go... Let's give them a real collaborative table. How about that? Like this. There we go. Sure. It's kind of a weird placement, how they're sitting on it, but whatever. All right, so they get a couple of bookcases there. We also need to deal with the temperature in the room. Oh, I just placed another bookcase. I hate when it does that. Get a couple of radiators. Probably only a set of 2 would have been fine. Or 1 of each. Get rid of that. Don't want it. Now, this is the artist's room, so we should make it, you know, fairly artistic. Or at least, you know, very, very nice to work in. At the very least. To inspire them. Inspire them to perform at their highest potential. And we'll get this over here. 116%. Look at that. 115. The clock actually made it worse. Putting a clock in a room actually makes it worse. I've just learnt that today. Okay. We need to get some lighting in the hallway. Don't worry, I didn't forget that. I did notice that. I was just wondering if I was going to actually put anything in the hallway, but I wasn't. So, there we go. Now, let's get the meeting table in, which is going to be fairly big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, we should be able to fit everyone around this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'll be 18. Oh, we actually won't fit everyone around this. Because that's 18. 19, 20. We actually need to make the table longer. So that's 18, 19, 20, 21. Still can't fit everyone around that. So, wait, what are we now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's 20. So 21, 22, 23. There you go. That's our meeting table. Everyone can fit around that. It's a little ridiculous, granted, yes, but it'll work. Let's make sure the room is nice and toasty for everyone in it. And not too hot. Then maybe we'll even get... No, I don't want to put coffee machines in here, because if people wander in here, I don't want them wandering in here specifically to get coffee, because sometimes they'll do that. We do need lighting, of course. I think placing lights over chairs works. I mean, we'll definitely find out. Let's get some decorations along the table. Like that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Maybe some of these in the middle. Why not? There you go. It's a very nice little meeting room. Nice big window on the other side. Only 94% though. Not as good as I would like it to be. It should be a you know, a stunner, you know. Give me at least 100% here. 98. Oh, for God's sake. Really? How much decoration do you want in here? 99. I can't put it there because there's a bloody door there. Go away. Why don't we go... Alright, fine. It's gonna have to stay on 98%. It doesn't really need to be full anyway. Okay, so this, that's assigned to none, that hallway. I guess this really should be assigned to none as well, right? Not really part of the OS team. So that'll be none. And I'll assign it to the default wall pattern as well. The sort of green. You can barely see the wall, but whatever. Then the rest is for the OS team. So let's go back into this mode. Let me also save the game, just in case. And resume. Hide labels. And I'm also going to hide the lights, because we don't really need to see those. I was wondering why it was dark, but then it's just because we're probably going to need more parking actually when everybody shows up. Which will be interesting. They won't show up tomorrow though, because they have 2 months of education to do. Very dirty as everyone comes in there. Yeah, that car park is pretty full. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go back and do some more building, guys. So get excited for that. Horizontal, is that the right way? Yeah, it is. So that's going to go there, and that's going to go there. Bunch of parking, there you go. So I can park around that side of the building. I guess what we should do is actually add a couple of doors relatively in the middle. So how many things do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So right there is sort of the middle of the building. There we go. So they can sort of walk in there. It'll just be, you know, helpful for them. Okay, cool. So the I don't think they'll show up tomorrow either. I think it might be the day after. We haven't started the operating system task yet, but we'll get on that. Oh look, someone parks in. That's nice. So the IT guys are here doing absolutely nothing, which is fine. They don't need to do anything. Is the OS team going to show up today? No, but everyone decides to park there now, which is interesting. I guess the OS team will be tomorrow. That's when they'll come into work. Let me just check. Make sure they're not there. Nope. But yeah, now we have a nice big building now. $1.1 million. I forgot to mention, I did actually, at one point, I added another $1 million into our insurance fund. So that's where, if you're wondering where a lot of money disappeared at one point, it was into that. Design of that coming along very well. Very lacking in system and 2D though. We don't have a lot of skill on that, obviously. Then let's see. Everyone will arrive tomorrow. Fill up the spots. Here they come. And they won't have any tasks to do. Did they arrive? Not that many people here. Oh yeah, there they are. Yeah, so they should all go to their rooms. Hopefully everyone's doing what in all the rooms. Let's just see if it worked. So you're my artist. Artist and artist. Nice. Where's my leader? Oh, some of them are in the meeting, which is interesting. Not everyone though. Designer. One of you should probably be the lead if you're in the meeting. Lead. There you are. Cool. All right, so everyone should be pretty good on this team now. We probably need to hire more cleaners at some point as well. Look at these guys just walking back and forth doing absolutely nothing. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and make Dorit. Oh, sorry, Dorit OS. Oh, we're gonna need it. We're gonna need some servers for this, actually, aren't we? Hang on, before we do that, back into build mode. We really should move where the. Actually, you know what? Should we just build our own server room? I would. Okay, what we'll do. Okay, back into build mode. We're going to reorganize this like that. This is going to become a hallway. You guys are going to actually move. Wait, what? These are my that's core dev. That's my store. That's just a random table, so let's get rid of that. So the core dev servers are going to move into this room now. This is where all my core servers are going to go. I guess, can I move them all in one? Because that'd be much easier. Nope, I cannot. That'd be way too easy. So this is the core dev server room. Of course, we can expand as necessary in the future if we need to. We will need to put the vents back in just a second, and also lights, obviously. So we're gonna go door for this room at one end and the other. Nice windows into the little server room there. Look beautiful. Lighting. It's gonna go along this wall here because you can't put anything there anyway. So that will chuck on there. Yeah, actually, no, that's fine. We've got plenty of ventilation right there. This is the room that's going to need the additional ventilation. I wish this was laid out in the same format as this one now. But the thing is, when we get the new servers very shortly, we're going to have to replace all of these anyway and change the layout. So we won't worry too much about that just yet. What we will do, though, is probably just clone that. That'll be the easiest way to go about it. That'll go there. No, I'll just extend this. There you go. Cool. So that's going to go there. Oh, cool. It cloned all of those for me. That's going to need ventilation. Oh, no, it's on that side. That might actually be fine, the ventilation we have in all of these. We'll have to keep a close eye on that. This is going to need more lights for sure. So we're going to go one. Oh, there's stupid because the vents are there. All right, let's do it here then. And then we're going to go there and there. I don't know, whatever. Doesn't need to be great. Now these ones, we're going to go like this and join them together. And this is going to be my... No, what am I doing? How do I do server? I've got to go back into this mode. Service, server 5, OS dev. We're probably going to need to add way more servers for the operating system, but we can do that later on anyway. So that'll be fine. Okay, Dorit OS. Operating system original IP on the OS dev. It's going to be team. Let me make sure I assign it to the OS team. Cool. GUI, 3D rendering, plug and play, multitasking, multi-threading, networking, 8-bit audio, and QA. Team size 22. Estimated time is 3 years. So let's go ahead and start developing that. So they will actually get working on that. So I'm wondering how this works. And then nobody else is going to be working on design. Is that how this is going to go down? So only my design team. So I really wonder, because it's like they're doing nothing. Is this really the most efficient way to do it? I mean, obviously it's not, because not everybody's doing something, right? But at the same time, that's still going up pretty quick with the number of people we have on the design team. And actually, you know what we could do? Because we're doing it this way, and they're going to be spending a lot of time like designing, why don't we just go ahead and send off people to get, educated? Because we can get the programmers even better at their job in the meantime. So that makes a lot of sense, right? So why don't we do that? Let's go ahead and... Oh, these are in the wrong order. That's what really annoys me. So you need to go... We're going to have to do this one by one. We're going to get him up in 3D design because that's what he's actually supposed to be doing. So we're going to go 2 months of 3D on you. You're going to be 2 months... We're just going to do 2 months on everyone to make it easy to go through and do this. Educate. You'll go also 2 months of 2D. You are supposed to be system, but we'll get you up. Your next best one is audio, so we'll get you to do some audio. This will just mean we have a really wide array of talented people. This is actually kind of a good way to do it, I think. We'll go network on you. Some network design. Oh, no, I'm doing design. This is supposed to be programming. Oh. And you can't cancel education. Damn it. Well, that's a cock up on my end. Apologies. Apologies to those of you that were just yelling at me for doing it wrong. I acknowledge that I did it wrong. I realized my mistake. And there's not much I can do about it now other than educate the other people correctly. My bad. My bad, guys. Okay, so you're going to do some audio. Whoops. Audio. You are next best in... I don't want to do 2D or 3D because those other guys are supposed to be doing that, but I messed that up. Network, I guess I'll put you on that because network is always useful to have doing well at. Right, my artists... you can go ahead and go into 3D art. You can do some 2D art. And you can... Oh, I really should have done them in audio art. Whoops. Because this guy's the audio guy already. You can go do 3D and max it out. But we can always educate them more anyway. The lead, I don't think he's doing anything either, though. Is he? Maybe he is. Or she. Sorry. But lead skills 100% already. Why don't we put you... I mean, educating you would always help anyway, so why don't we get you up in just anything? You seem to have a base in design, so why don't we go designer audio for 2 months. There you go. So they're all going to head off in education because they're not doing anything anyway, so that'll actually be a good use of their time. So then maybe if we keep doing operating systems that way, yeah, I'll promote everyone, whatever, I'll give them a raise. If we do operating systems that way, that means we can get constant improvement in education levels and they'll get better and better. At least that is the theory. But that's just a theory. A game theory. There we go. I was just trying to make sure I didn't miss getting that into outstanding quality. But I'm going to leave this part here because I've been recording for over 1 hour and 10 minutes, but I will cut out about 20 minutes of when I was hiring employees anyway. But it's going to be a fairly long episode regardless. We'll be back next time. I'm heading for bankruptcy. I'll be fine. Don't worry. I will end those 2 marketing campaigns though because they're completely pointless now. Yeah, so I'll be back next time. We will continue the OS endeavor. Our employees will be back tomorrow. You guys are working hard. I'm actually going to just check before I head off. I always say I'm done, but then I do more, which I'm sure you guys don't mind. We're going to go, what am I? No, not room labels. Data overlay. I want to go temperature. So that's a cold hallway. I don't really care about that. So I want to just check the server rooms more than anything. 9 degrees Celsius, 11 and 11. So yeah, no worries there. Cool. All right. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I will see you next time and have an awesome day.